Hi, this is Christel with your weekly reading. So you will be able to choose from three card combos. I will pull them. I will fast forward the actual pull. This weekly reading goes from, and I have to put my microphone a bit closer, sorry, from Sunday the 19th until the 26th. Okay, so I'm going to show you first which cards I'm going to use. So I'm going to use the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid. Those will be my basic cards. I will use the Light Seers Tarot I will not pull the cards first, I will pull them afterwards to clarify a bit more. And then I'll be using a new deck, which is a Mystical Shaman Oracle card deck. It's from a few people. I'm not going to read them out. You can look that up. This is a new one, so I'll be needing the book. And then I'll put an extra Spirit Animal Oracle card. Now, let's start pulling cards. Okay, so the combos you can choose from is the Tiger's Eye, the Citrine Stone, and the Rose Quartz. So pick one. Also notice that from the message cards I used the top one for this one, the bottom ones for this one, and then I gradually randomly took one from the middle for this one. So choose, and then let's dive into the first one. So if you chose the Tiger's Eye, now I can put my candle a little bit here. Hope you can see it like that. You chose your cards: Ten of Earth, Five of Earth, and the Chariot. So the Ten of Pentacles, beautiful card. Five of Pentacles, the Chariot, and then we have the Rainmaker and the Pig Spirit, which says, use your mind wisely. So I'm going to start here with the Chariot because I'm going to pull a few more cards, not a lot. So the Chariot, this is a card of movement. This is a card also of being in control, steering your chariot. There are choices to be made because there's a black horse and a white horse, if you can see it. But anyway, there is control also in the choice making. So if you're confronting a choice this week, don't worry, you've got this. You've got the reins. It's you who decides. It's not someone else who decides. Because I'm going to just have a look here. The Ten of Earth. The Ten of Pentacles tells me you are surrounded by good stuff, by good people maybe, by people who help you in that choice, by people who support you. This is often a card, a family card, if you see it in other tarot decks. But here I feel, because if you see the figure, she is really surrounded by all the pentacles. So she is surrounded by good, by abundance, so by resources. This can even be by money resources. It can be by good values. It can be, like I said, a good support circle, a good, like a city, a village that helps you. So that is very good. Now I'm going to have a look at the Five of Pentacles here, because this card, if you look at it, she also has resources. I mean, those pentacles are the same from these pentacles, yes? There are resources available to both cards. It's not like that. It's not like there are no resources, no values, no support, nothing available. But sometimes, because you are confronted with this choice of the Chariot, I feel that sometimes you have a bit of doubts, and then you don't see all the resources you have, and you don't see all the support you have. You forget to connect to that support system. Whatever that support system is for you, it depends. You know, this can be people, this can be material resources, this can even be like somebody who helps you decide or helps you see. Maybe this is a therapist. So don't forget that you have those people in your corner. Now let's pull a few more cards on these, not a lot, because I want to keep this reading short this week, because I've been really overwhelmed with all things I've been doing, and so I want to keep this a bit short. So there's a Page of Cups. So yeah, you will need to have a choice because there is something coming in your life. It's also an emotional choice. The Page of Cups talks about an emotion. So you are surrounded by good. You will have to make a choice this week. I don't know what the choice is about. Remember, this is a weekly reading, so it's not... These are not major energies because it's just for the week, yes? So this week, if you have to make a choice and you're in doubt because of this Five of Pentacles, and you forget that you have people who can help you, who can give you advice, or if you forget that you actually have resources, the Ten of Earth tells me, don't worry, because you will have, these two together, the Chariot and the Ten of Earth. They tell me, don't forget to look at, your resources, you have them. Here, this is about perspective. Now, there is a bit of an emotional element in that dilemma you're facing, or you may be facing. Now, remember, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate for all that is listening. If it doesn't resonate, maybe have a look at one of the other combos, yeah? So here, on this, okay. So for me, this is together with this change in perspective, or about perspective. See how much you have. See how much you can create. See how much is available to you. Because the Empress, there is a lot of growth available to the Empress. There's a lot of fertility. There's a lot of possibility. This is a card of pure potential. Don't forget to see it. Don't forget to see your own potential, and don't forget to see all the people that support you in that, or all the resources you have. These resources can also be talents and skills and strengths that you have, and that sometimes you forget that you have, but the Empress tells me you have plenty of those, so use them wisely. Use them wisely with the Chariot here. So, and one more card here for the moment. Let's see if I'm going to pull. Yeah, I think I'll pull one more card in each one. So here, there's a Fool card here. So the Fool card tells me that whatever you're going to do, the decision, the dilemma you're facing, there is a bit of a risk involved. You will feel that it has a bit of a risk involved. But the Fool always tells you to just go for it. Even if it feels risky, even if it feels a bit scary, even if you're not certain that you're doing the right thing, just go with your Chariot. Don't hesitate. Just let yourself drop into that water and see whatever comes your way. I feel that is that Fool here. So I'm going to pull a few more here. I'm going to pull them first and then I'll read them. Judgment. So we have the Four of Swords, Judgment, and the Queen of Pentacles. Now, I love that Queen of Pentacles here. Because that Queen of Pentacles, that is very connected, and I'm going to pull it out here, to that Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles tells me you have all the resources, the support, the strengths, the skills, the talents. Here with the Five of Pentacles, you often forget to see them. So the Empress reminds you, see your own talents, your own worth, but also your support group, your resources. And here with the Queen of Pentacles, it tells me that, whatever dilemma you're facing and whatever risk is involved, in the end, it's going to be okay. It's going to be even fruitful, rewarding. So that risk you're taking and that doubt that you may have, in the end, whatever you decide, it's going to be worth it. Now here on that Ten of Pentacles, we also have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a little bit of a protective energy. So I feel here sometimes, because there is an emotional element to your dilemma that you're facing, you feel a little bit like you need time out, yes, to think about what you need to do. That would be a very wise thing to do. There's also a little bit of defensiveness. Maybe you don't want to make a choice. Maybe, because there's an emotional element, it feels like you don't want to do what you need to do. And so you're hesitating. That is a possibility. But then you have Judgment. And Judgment is telling me you have to do it anyway, whether you want to or not. And that's where the perspective element comes in. You know, change your perspective, see all the things you do have, see all the support you do have, see all the people that surround you, but also see and know about your strengths, know that you are full of potential. And that this situation that you're having doubts about and that you need to make a choice about with the Chariot, that situation in itself is full of potential. And you are being you feel this really need, this urge to do and to go after it. But there is a bit of a hesitancy here, because of course it involves a bit of a risk and an emotional element. Now, let's see what the messages say. So I'll start with the pig spirit. Use your mind wisely. So yes, you know, I feel that is connected to these cards here, to change your perspective. See wisely, you know, see a little bit objectively as well, because you know this choice you need to make, this dilemma you're facing, and that you really have the reins, you have the control. So it's you who decides to go after it or not. But it's about using your mind wisely, and I feel that using your mind wisely is, you know, looking at it with the perspective of, you know, what is available to me and what can I do, and not with a fear perspective. I feel that is that. Now for this, the Rainmaker, that is that hold on, Mystical Shaman Oracle card. It's number 42, and I'm going to get the book. So 42, what does it say? 42, here it is. So it's the Rainmaker. So I'll read the essence first. The Rainmaker is the master of manifestation. So you have this Queen of Pentacles on top of that Chariot. So manifestation, yes, master of manifestation, who can call on the elements of nature to serve the greater good. When the power to co-create is used with integrity, and I feel that here, that is also the power to co-create with the Empress, and do it with integrity, the Page of Cups. So when the power to co-create is used with integrity, great beauty and benefit flow to all. That is also here, that Queen of Pentacles. When this power is used for personal gain only, everyone suffers. When the earth is parched, the Rainmaker calls the waters from the heavens, and all that is dormant in the fields and in people's hearts spring to life. That is really beautiful, because it really speaks here to that emotional element. It speaks to the, you know, the parched earth, and then the rain comes to fertilize it. So I'm going to read the invitation here of the Rainmaker. It's calling you to create something new from the elements that are already in your life. And those are the elements that are already in your life. That 10 of Pentacles. And you can create something new. And you are being called to do that. So this card really beautifully explains further here what is happening. So be sure to work what is and not what might be or could have been. The seeds that have been silently germinating in your heart will burst forth, ready for the sunlight. So that is that here. There are seeds in you. They are germinating, but you need to decide whether you go after them or not. And remember, there is a risk involved. But you can manifest this garden. This Queen of Pentacles is really, when this bursts forward, then this garden starts to come into play. Recognize how you are co-creating your world. Nothing is happening out there without your involvement. Remember that the world is only mirroring back to you the condition of your love and your intent. So change these within before you take any action. Do not take life personally. So this is the medicine. This would be if the card came out upside down, like this. But it didn't, of course, because I don't use reversals. But it's just, you know, it's like a reminder almost, because it says recognize how you are co-creating your world. That nothing is happening without your involvement, and that is that Chariot here. So yes, this is a beautiful reading. So go ahead and go. Don't be stopped by your dilemma. Just go for it. Just jump and let yourself fall. Because you need to make a choice here. You need to decide on something. Now, I don't know what it will be, but you will need to decide on something. So that is for the Tiger's Eye. And let's move on now to the next one. So we have the moon, we have the Ten of Water, and we have transformation, which is 13, which is the death card. Then we have Pachamama, I hope I pronounced that right, and the antelope spirit, which says life is speeding up. Okay, because this is a weekly reading and normally death is a transformation. Death is really transformation. I feel, this word is better than death in the death card because it is inner work you're doing. And from that inner work, you're growing, you're changing. And then a transformation happens. And then I think this is a butterfly here. I don't know. There's also new fire coming, and fire has the power to create because fire burns away the old and then makes room for new. So there is a transformation going on within you. So there is something that is probably steering inside of you. I don't know what it is, but we have here the Ten of Water. The Ten of Water is the Ten of Cups. There is a Buddha here, present, happy. It's a happy card. It's a things coming together card energy. So, the transformation, this is something that is going to go on because there is also the moon. The moon is the not knowing. The moon is the card that asks you to just connect to your intuition, to your gut knowing, to the emotional part of you. Because the moon doesn't always see as bright. Unless it's a full moon, it's very bright. But when it's a new moon or when it's a dark moon, a void moon, it's very dark out there, isn't it? And it doesn't shine light. So it is something, this is inner process because you can't see what your transformation will bring. And you don't have to see it because I feel this is something that's going on quite on an unconscious level. But sometimes you are conscious, let me say it like that. You are conscious about what is happening inside. And then it feels like, little drops or little puzzle pieces come together. And that's that Ten of Cups. But mostly it's an unconscious transformation. It's sort of in the background running and you don't really see it fully. It will come out fully together, but that is further out. That is not this week. I feel this is really like things coming together. Like, okay, you get an insight, you get an aha moment, and then it adds to your transformation. But I feel this is an ongoing process, especially for this week and maybe even the coming week. So, but there is also this antelope spirit, which says life is speeding up. And I feel that is this, when more and more pieces of this unconscious and conscious realizations or unconscious realizations becoming conscious, then your transformation is speeding up because it's under that transformation card, yes? So, but let's pull a few other cards. I just wanted to draw that attention to this one, and then we'll go into the message cards. I'm going to pull a few more cards to have a look, to see whether we have more information about that transformation here. So the Temperance card, I already said, I don't think this is something that will be ending this week, but it's an energy that will last even for a few weeks because we have the Temperance card. This card is telling me that, yes, it's something that needs to be worked out. It needs to slowly sort of be absorbed by your consciousness, because most of it is unconscious with this moon. So this transformation is something that you're not going to embrace completely and fully after this week. No, it's an ongoing process, and you will need time. Temperance is a card that asks for more time as well. So in this case, yes, the transformation is not going to be at the end of this week. So it's not like you're going into this week and you say, I'm going to transform myself now, and then next Sunday you are transformed. Doesn't work like that. Never. When it's inner work, never goes quick. So to remember that. The Four of Wands. Again, I love that on that Ten of Cups. I'm going to pull first here. Oh, the Emperor. So the Temperance card I explained. The Four of Wands here. Again, when, puzzle pieces coming together, it is also a cause for celebration, but it's also a cause for getting a better footing. it's a wands card. It's not an earth card, but still, because it has the 4 wands here on the circus tent. There is the joy here, but I feel it's bringing together pieces, making a whole again, and it's bringing more sense and more inspiration to what your next step or your next work will be. The Emperor tells me you got this. It's just that, nothing more. You know, the transformation, it's something good that you're doing, and you're in control of it, but also not in control of the unconscious parts. Of course, that is that moon. But the more you work on it, the more pieces will become conscious, and the more you're going to be in control of the transformation as well with this Emperor. So 3 more cards here. The Star. That is a lovely card to have, especially in this reading, which is a little bit vague because it speaks of inner work. 10 of Swords. And when it speaks of inner work, and these are similar cards, similar energies. So the Star tells me that, you know, at a certain point, when you are doing, you know, when you're getting more clues here with your 10 of Cups, then the Star comes in. The Star, you start to see more and more what you are doing, how you're transforming, how you are changing. And when you change, this opens up a whole new world. This opens up a whole new perspective, a whole new way of seeing the world and your life and yourself as well. You know, it gives you new values, it gives you new possibilities, it gives you also new, okay, who am I? You know, who am I now? And what do I value now? Now here we have the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. They are similar cards because with the transformation, things are going to be left behind. Always. When you transform, you leave old bits and parts of you and old emotions behind. And you're looking at the emotion here. This is the cup that's standing here. And look at the light shining from there. Because sometimes when we are in transformation, it may feel like a dark hole. Because also of that moon, because we don't know what's happening. And as I said, it's mostly unconscious. So you're probably going to say, what is she talking about in this reading? Because I don't know. And that's normal because it will be unconscious. So maybe just sit with it and then see afterwards, look back at this reading and see what was real and what wasn't. Yeah. Maybe looking back from in aftermath, it's going to be easier to understand this reading. But some things are going to be left behind, and that is also this 10 of Swords. Because you get new opportunities, new possibilities, new ways of seeing the world, you're going to also leave behind some thoughts and some ideas, some concepts that are no longer good for you, and you're walking towards the sun. I mean, this card, 10 of Swords, is often seen as a difficult card, and it could be, yes, but never forget there is always something new there. There's always light at the end of the horizon, and that person is walking towards the light. So that is a good thing. You're not walking towards the light of poltergeist here. Yeah, we're talking about, you know, coming out of the transformation, coming out of the maybe not so light place with the moon. So the antelope spirit life is speeding up. Yes, as you do the work, the work will be integrated more and more, and then it will speed up. Now I'm going to read this one, and I need the book for that because, you know, these cards are really new. And Pachamama, it's number 40. So I'm going to read first the essence of the card and then see what happens. Yeah. It represents the unconditional love that the earth has for all her children, including the stones, the plants, the animals, and humans. She is the goddess of earth, also known as Gaia, who pervades all creation on our planet. Thanks to Pachamama, our timeless soul can experience life in a biological body. The joy and pain we taste during our brief time on earth are invitations to discover the boundless love of Pachamama. So what is the invitation of this card? You are a child of the earth. Now is the time to eat right, love right, and be joyous, regardless of the circumstances you may find yourself in. So that is that transformation. So probably it is a practical transformation, maybe a new routine, a new habit, because sometimes changes doesn't have to be, as it doesn't always have to be an emotional growth or something like that. Maybe it's just, something practical that you need to change in your life that needs to be transformed, and you're working on that. But it doesn't come overnight, and you're maybe testing the waters. So if you're getting a new health routine, whether that's moving or eating or or whatever, you're testing the waters. You don't know what to do first. But be grateful for your life, your body, and all that nourishes you. Pachamama invites you to relish each breath, embrace your joy and your pain equally, and discover love through both. Let Pachamama know how much you appreciate all her blessings with an act of service, such as planting a tree, helping save an endangered species, or protecting the oceans. So it is about being fully in the present as well, and being grateful for being fully in the present. And that is also that 10 of Cups. When, regardless of your emotional, I feel this is also seated in the earth, and this person, possibilities. The Pachamama, she is in the here and now, but she is also full of potential. So this is the goddess Gaia who created the world and who made the world. And there is, you are transforming your life. And what part of your life that is, I don't know, because, could be many things, and even because this is quite big, I wouldn't say this is this week, but it could be that it's just as pragmatic than changing your routines or habits, and that can be much faster, although sometimes you don't know what to do here with the moon. Doesn't matter. At a certain point you will speed up that change in the transformation. So that's it if you chose Citrine. And let's go to the last one now, the last combo, which is the smoked quartz. So we start with Star, Justice, and the Wheel of Fortune. So 3 major arcana cards. We have Flow and we have the Moth Spirit. Surrender now. Okay, so there is something coming in your world. I feel this week you're going to really feel that things are changing for the better. And now don't forget that at the end of September we're nearing Mercury retrograde, but that's only not this week but the week after. But I feel that you feel that life is getting better, so maybe things are changing in your life. Maybe, it could be as pragmatic as, limitations, corona limitations being reduced. Maybe there is things opening up again, and but there is also maybe it's a business or relationship that's starting to work for the better and that's changing for the better, because the Star is here, and the Star is that there's hope. It's hope renewed. There is hope again, and that is of course together with the Wheel of Fortune, because things start to change for the luck, you also start to get hope again. So maybe before you felt a little bit lost and you felt a little bit like the world has gone to pieces, has gone to hell, and what am I doing here? What is this? What is it worth? What is my life worth? These big questions. Maybe you have found to be asking them, but you are getting hopeful again, because there is also the Justice card, and the Justice card, I feel this Justice card because it's beautifully in the middle of these two. It feels like, yes, you're feeling that change and you're feeling hope, and that brings a little bit more inner harmony. That brings a little bit more peace inside of you. That makes you feel you're letting a sigh of relief, because yes, you're seeing something changing, and that brings hope for you and for your life in general. So let's pull a few more cards before we go to the message cards. Okay, so when I said before you may have felt a little bit lost, and then that Devil comes out, yes. There may have been moments where you thought, what am I doing here? It's not worth it. It's not worth my time, not worth my energy. What is happening around me in my life? And this can be, because around you had people that were COVID deniers or something like that. I have no idea. But that you saw, no, the world is really going to hell. The devil. Now, I just finished watching every single episode of Lucifer, so for me, the devil is a very nice person. Because I love the show. But this devil is really, there was like a sort of feeling lost. And what is going on feeling with this devil? The Seven of Cups here. And that made you feel emotionally a little bit unstable. The King of Swords. I'm going to pull first the other cards and then we're going to go into them a little bit. Okay, I love that sun here. So that devil is smashed between the star and the sun, so he doesn't have a lot of power anymore. The Nine of Cups is a beautiful card to have here, so I'm really, really happy about that. And then the Two of Pentacles, you always have a choice. So first on the star, where hope is renewed, and that is then the past card where you felt lost. But because hope is renewed, there's also joy again in your life. You can bring in a little bit of happiness and you can bring in a bit of celebration and you feel, yes, the skies are brightening up for me. Not literally, and maybe yes, literally, but maybe not. But it feels, you feel much better this week. And that's also because things change, because of that fortune wheel. This works, these three cards work all together. It's not like that first one, then another, then another. No, they work simultaneously. So because of the change, hope. Because of hope, change. Yeah. The inner peace, more inner peace. That also makes change being more open. That also brings a bit of hope. So I'm going to first here to the Seven of Cups. There is inner peace and harmony. I feel here that this card is really sometimes, I feel that this card is really connected to that devil when things were upside down. I feel this card is like that. That card was like everything was upside down. You couldn't see your choices. You didn't know what was happening. You can see it, there are 7 things. And then when it's upside down, there is almost like, okay, too much. There is overwhelm. But I'm going to leave it like this because it came out like that. But, next to the sun, we have this Nine of Cups. This Nine of Cups is the card, the wish fulfillment card. So it's, yes, that inner peace is going to make you see things in a better way again. Makes you see that, life is becoming better, yes. And then we have here on that fortune wheel, we have the King of Swords. I feel that in this reading, it's not about decision making or choices. I feel it's you seeing clearly that things are changing in your favor, that things are becoming better and really becoming very conscious of that. I feel that card is nothing more than that. And then, because you see that, you have also the choice to see things in a different way. There is, new perspective. I feel Pentacles often are talking about our perspective. And in this case, they are, full, empty or full. The glass half empty or half full. Yeah, it's our perspective. So it will change your perspective as well. And you will see things in a better way, in a more optimistic way. So the moth spirit says surrender now. And I feel that surrendering, that is, oh, come on, I don't really see, because it's a bit strange here. So I'm going to take the booklet, which I usually never do for this deck. So, okay, the moth spirit asks, what is guiding you right now? Are you in alignment with spirit or pursuing something or someone with so much tenacity that it has become a compulsion or addiction? Okay, that is this devil, yeah? Something is bad and then you feel completely lost. But when you surrender and you just give into what you really want, your authentic needs and wants, then this is going to bring in change. So feeling lost is not your, it's not your natural state of being, but things were so that you felt a little bit like overwhelmed and lost. But surrender also to that feeling, because, when you surrender to feeling lost, you can get out of it much quicker, because when you see your feelings, or your negative feelings, especially when you face them and you look at them and you see them for what they are, just feelings, or just, ideas sometimes, not always, but sometimes. And you have to face them so that you can go through them. And that is that moth spirit. Now, flow is the other card. And for that, that's my new deck. So I need the little book. It's number 20. Let me open the book and I'll hold up the card again. So flow, you see the moon there. So there is an instinctive or an intuitive part to it. Okay, so it says there is natural movement of events in the world. That's also that wheel of fortune that always turns. Sometimes it turns to bad and then it turns back to good. But it always turns, because things don't always stay bad. They become good again. And that's when the star comes in, hope renewed. So you can see it in the phenomena such as the tide, the ebb and flow of oceans and rivers that rise up from the earth and then flow to the sea. The symbol of flow represents the effortless and natural movement toward a certain destination. It signifies an ability to gracefully move around obstacles and reminds you of the sense of allowing. When flow comes to visit, it's a sign that your intentions have been in motion. Now is the time to allow nature to run its course. You are being called to effortless movements and the path of least resistance. That's that surrendering as well. And especially this flow card is really, and sorry if I've been, shaking or not holding the card right in the camera. I wasn't looking because my viewfinder is on the other side of where I hold my book. But that is that wheel of fortune. Everything is always flowing. Everything is always turning. And when the devil goes away, there is hope again. Yeah, but you have to surrender to the flow, because sometimes things flow and they go bad, and sometimes and when you let them flow on and don't block them, good will come back again. The sun will come back out. So that is it. That is it for the weekly readings for all the different combos. So I thank you for being here. I thank you for supporting me. Leave a comment, give me some feedback, tell me which one you chose and what it told you. Also, don't forget that I'm going to give away a free reading, and all you have to do is put in the comments, and you can do it in any video, but only once per video, please. Put in the words Rose Crystal. On September 30th, I will draw a name from my box where I gather all the names from the people who do so, who put Rose Crystal in the comments. And yes, of course, if you put Rose Crystal in more than one video in the comments, then of course you get more entries and you have more chances of winning this free reading. Also, have a look at your monthly reading, and that is per sign. There is also a reading up now, all readings for the career, for your career, your business, your work area of life. All those readings are up per zodiac sign. Always remember they are general readings, but check out your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, because then you get a bigger picture of what is going on. So just wanted to put it out there that those readings are up. There's also going to be a full moon. I will be doing a very short reading for that, a very short guidance for the zodiac sign. And the last thing I want to say, check out my YouTube shorts or the daily cards, and that you can find them on all my social media. So on Facebook, on Instagram, on Pinterest, on Twitter, and of course here on the YouTube shorts. So again, thank you for being here. Bye for now. Speak soon.